Hey everybody, this is Pokemon. Today we're going to be doing our part 3 of the Medieval Platinum Trophy Guide. We had just beaten almost all of the other levels and then have gone through into the Enchanted Forest area and completed that. And now in this part we're going to go back and do some stuff and then we're going to move on from there. So I figured I'd do a quick intro for that and we'll just get right into that. Okay, so now we're actually going to go back to the Enchanted Earth. Trust me, makes sense. I'll explain. But now we're actually going to be going through this level a whole lot faster. Trust me. Now, while you're here, simply have it to where you have the hammer and axe combo. Follow the path around. Pull out the Witch Talisman, skip the cutscene, accept the quest. She'll then shrink you down to the size of an ant and put you in an ant cave. Now, while we're here, we're also going to get another chalice to go to the Hall of Heroes. We're also going to get 2 trophies. One is for killing the Ant Queen, and the other is for doing both of the witch quests. So from here, switch your hammer, break this wall, talk to the dude, grab the gold, follow him out and around. He'll talk about saving his friends and what they look like.
I shall open the entrance for you. These fireflies are my friends. They will light your way through the darkness below.
Okay, so from here, simply follow the path I take for the most part, as it'll help you get all of what you need. So what the witch wants you to do is get 7 amber things, crystal balls. So follow the right here, and the fairy dude wanted you to save his friends, which are locked behind these little crystal panels. There's 6 of them, pretty easy to distinguish. So continue along this path. Here's the first amber that we've found. From here, just head off to the right. Ants have a random chance to drop the ambers, so just remember that. But just follow this around. Shouldn't take too long. You'll enter this kind of big open area here, where you'll find the next fairy that you save. As you can see, the ant children sometimes drop money. They'll also sometimes drop amber. Here's the second out of 7. Now note, you need to get all 7 both times that you have to do this, because you will have to do this twice, but don't do it immediately. Okay, I'll explain that. So doing this quest for the witch gets you a item called the chicken wing. It is an item that you can throw that'll turn other enemies into roasted like chicken rotisserie. That's required for 2 trophies. You can only have 30 of them held, which is a little bit annoying, of course. And going down here, I do believe leads us back to this. Okay, so yeah. This leads back up to the start, as you can see. Just coming down here over to the right. So yeah, you need to, for the 2 trophies, you need to turn enemies into a chicken rotisserie and then eat it. And then the next trophy is required to throw 42 of the chicken legs. Like I said, you can only hold 30 at a time, so it's best to do this once. Get the trophy for turning an enemy into a rotisserie chicken and then eating it. And then come back once you've thrown all of the other remaining chicken legs, and then get another 30, because you have to throw 42 of them for the trophy. As you can see, we're almost done with getting all of the ambers, so you can head off either to the right or to the left. I advise going to the left first, getting this dude, and then immediately coming back around over to the right. As you'll eventually come to a new area. Don't go into the big open area just yet, or break that glass. If you follow this around on the right, you'll eventually come to this. Now you can head back over and break the glass. In here you'll find another amber, and off here, I believe over to the right or to the left, you'll find another one of the fairies to free. I believe. I could be wrong. Okay, I was wrong. Or is it in this room here? So confusing sometimes trying to navigate through the ant. Okay, so yeah. So just head back around, continuing following the path on the right here to the next area, and we should get the final two fairies. One on the right. Now note there is a part where you can't return, so just be wary of that. Now we've gotten all of the amber, so you don't have to worry about fighting any more of the maggots or anything like that. But if you so choose to, you can. It doesn't get you any more chicken legs or anything like that. It's just a thing to say, here you go. Alright, so here's the final fairy. Got them all. Now this is the point of no return. If you haven't gotten all of the amber or you haven't gotten all of the fairies saved, do not break this glass and drop down. But if you have, simply drop down, switch to the axe. Here you'll see the Ant Queen. Pretty scary stuff. Simply come over, take out these two henchmen, come over here in front of her, start throwing your axe. You'll get 3 or 4 throws before she'll slam down, causing the ceiling to drop stuff on top of you. Once again, come over, deal with the lackeys, come back through, wait for her to post up, and start throwing again. It should take you 4, maybe 5 to beat her. Once you beat her, that'll get you a trophy, and then once you get all of the amber to the witch, that'll get you another one. Make sure you stay kind of close to her once you've defeated all of the ant underlings that come out. And hopefully it shouldn't take too long to do this. Avoid getting hit from the ceiling, as it's not fun. If you need to at any point to go refill some of your health, just simply go back to Dan's crypt and farm the vials there. But this should be the final... no. Yeah, one more, of course. But once this last ant is defeated, we can now go deal with the Ant Queen and be done. This'll, like I said, this'll net us 2 more trophies. Once he does that, he'll give you the Chalice to give you a chance to go to the Hall of Heroes. Talk to the Ant Queen, you'll see you gain the chicken drumsticks. And we'll now head to the Hall of Heroes. Now we should be getting the flaming longbow. Sorry it's taken so long, I just... sorry about that. So now we'll just switch to the axe. Keep the chicken out. If this is us getting the flaming longbow, then we can now go back, revisit the Scarecrow fields. Okay, it is. Yay! Flaming longbow. Okay. And we'll have the chicken equipped in the second slot. Alright, so what we're gonna do real quickly is go back, replay the Scarecrow field to get that Chalice, which is also going to net us a health globe, or specifically health potion. I don't know why Alexa starts us back at Dan's crypt after we do that. Oh well. Now we can do this. Now the main reason why I say we're doing this is because having the flaming bow is actually really good at getting the scarecrows defeated. Because normally you'd have to spend a lot of time just swinging your enchanted sword at them, and that's not fun. As you will take a lot of damage doing that, and it will guarantee that you're going to die. Not fun at all. So, simply do these. Get the Scarecrow to jump out and set him on fire, and then you can just walk away and he'll eventually get set on fire and will fade away. Or you can use the drumstick, as you saw I just did. Okay, so that's nice to know. You can just use the drumstick on the scarecrows. So that'll net you 1 trophy. Now while you're here, simply just fight all of the enemies. You can now use the axe way more effectively than you would have to use the crossbow or the bow in this area. So just do that. Just get this first haystack to get all the enemies to jump out before you kick these. Before you leave the area, of course. Make sure it's fully cleared out. Like I said, just make sure you're being thorough. Go through, get all the enemies, get all the energy vials that you can, of course. Come back here, get the energy vial, get the money. We'll fight the first imp, just because I'll show you how much easier it is doing this. Look at that, just what, 3 hits? Then you come around. I think it's like 3 hits too, yeah. Get the moon rune. Come get the other rune now. Once again, make sure the hay bale's fully depleted of all enemies, as this will save you time later on, that way you don't have to backtrack as much. Okay. Right? Okay, it's completed now. Now you can move on. Heal up here, while you have the chance, of course. And I'll show you exactly how to get to the Chalice and all that good stuff. Because you basically have to make it to the end of the level and then have to backtrack to pretty much here. Which is a little bit annoying, of course. Now I'm gonna try and lure these scarecrows in with the chicken, and it worked! Look at that. Pretty genius, I'd say so myself. As you can see, pretty easy going through now with better gear than what we had before. Now gonna get the rune, and we can pretty much progress to the final part of the game. So if you want, you can just make a mad dash for the final part, and then we can come back, like I'm going to do now. If this dude wants to chase me, they can die for it. So nice being able to turn enemies into rotisserie chicken that we can eat and heal off of. Oh, that was a close one. Gonna save that energy vent for later. Okay, so as you'll see, we're almost to the end of the level again. Now, as you'll see off to that left area over there, that's what we're going for. I'm just hopping, grabbing the part, and we're getting out. We're gonna take some damage from the machines here. It's unavoidable, but it's okay. We're gonna get all of this health that we've lost back. Don't worry. So now backtracking. Grab the gold while we're here, and be on our merry little way. Oh, that was a close one. Really close. Okay, now that we're here, we can work on getting progress to 100%. As you see, there's creatures in the actual cornfields that you can't destroy, which is a little bit annoying. But coming over here, you can come right here specifically, switch to the drumstick if we can get out of this area. Jesus, that was annoying. But we'll get the final one with this drumstick right here. Now we can get the chalice. We can now be on our way. So come in here. Simply follow the path. If I can see, of course. Pull the lava crunk. Come back this way, grab some gold. Come up to the machine and use the harvester part. You can skip the cutscene. And simply just follow this path right here to the chalice. Get some nice gold for your trouble. Get a health potion, energy vial, and we can now leave the entire mission. Head to the Hall of Heroes and be done with this. Isn't that lovely? Now, while you're doing this, just simply toss the rest of these chickens. As we don't need them. Oh, come on, game. That was just cruel. Now, after this, once you have no more chickens, I definitely recommend going and redoing the witch level and fighting the ant queen again to get another 30. I wonder if I could... No, I can't. Okay. But yeah, so do that, get 30 more chicken legs to throw, and then in the next mission, just start spamming them, and that'll get you the other trophy. And now we can finally be done with this, and that's pretty much going to be the end of this second part. Once again, I do hope that this guide has been helpful, that it's as straightforward as I can make it to help you get the trophies, and to make it as easy as possible. So as you can see, we only have 8 more levels to get the chalices for, which is really nice. I do believe... Okay. Yeah, talk to this dude again. Once you get to talk to this dude right over here, you no longer need to use the gold enchanted sword, as his is a 100% full enchanted sword that never breaks. It's really nice. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the end of this part. We're going to pick up on the next part as soon as we're done getting these two all nice and edited. So I will see you all in the next one. Alright, so now that we've finished Scarecrow Fields and gotten that chalice, we can now actually head back up past the Enchanted Forest, or the Enchanted Earth, my bad, and do the Pools of the Ancient Dead. This one isn't too bad of a mission. Can be a little bit annoying just because the enemies and the amount of times you'll probably accidentally fall into the pools and kill yourself. But I'm going to show you probably the best way you can go about getting through this level. Because you more or less want to kind of speed run through it, and there's a way you can. So don't worry about that. Just to make it a little bit easier for you. So starting off here, we're going to... Forget you can't shield dash with the gold shield, so remember that. But starting off here, you just want to make sure that you also have the enchanted sword. Most of these enemies, the bigger guys, can't be knocked off or killed normally. You have to knock them into the pools for that to work. And you also have the octopus tentacles. And these other guys who like to cause trouble. But the octopus tentacles only take a little bit. Note these guys can't hit you off. So basically what it is that you're trying to get this chaos rune over here. And then you're going to head all the way over to the left. So you go to the right, get the chaos rune, and then come all the way back over here and follow the path I take. If you want to heal up now, you can. But also the secondary objective of this mission, or this level, is to get the 8 helmets that are scattered throughout. 6 in this first area, and then 2 off to the area we're going to right now. And I did accidentally let my enchanted sword go out. That's okay. I'm more or less taking out the more annoying enemies right now, because they're just going to be more annoying. Here we have our first jump. That's a little risky, but that's okay. But coming over here, you'll see that there's some health. There's a health globe over here that we can grab, which is nice for us. That puts us at 6, so we only have 3 left to get. Now you come over here, and get this helmet, and you come all the way down here. Don't know why it's not wanting to always immediately dash for some reason. It's kind of weird. But once you collect this second one, then you'll have the task of defeating all these enemies before you can leave. And you have to deal with the ones here now, and then take care of the bigger guys for last, as it's just a lot easier. The enchanted sword, even though it's not enchanted anymore, is still a really good weapon for now. Like I said, we'll eventually be getting the best sword in the game. Once you're done with that, you can grab the energy vial. Then you can switch back to the axe, of course. Oh, now it wants to work. Yeah. Yeah. But coming up here, you got all these other enemies you have to deal with. And you'll have a new enemy that you'll have to get rid of to get a new entry in the Book of Galamir, so don't worry. So do that. It's the flying dude right here. Not too terribly tough, but can be still annoying. So now we have a decent amount of work made on the Book of Galamir, on the Chalice. I don't know why it's all like that. Jeez, these guys are so annoying. But all that's left now for this level is just to get the remaining helmets, and those are explained as why we're doing this. Just gonna grab this energy vial over here while I'm at it. Come over here, get this one. Now how this is gonna go is, by the time we've gotten all of them, we'll be over by the Chalice itself. So we'll have all the progress made for that, and then we can be done. Dude did not want to go down. But like I said, pretty straightforward level. Really short actually in terms of all that you have to do. And as you can also see, we're almost there. Just got a few more left. Nope, most of these bridges will collapse once you're done. So just be wary of that, and you'll then have to just jump over. As you can see, there's the Chalice right in front of us. Like I said, pretty straightforward stuff. Almost there though, almost there. This one over here is probably the most annoying to grab, as you have to be very specific with your jumps. And, oof. There we go. Okay. I don't know why this one always gets to me, just because that happens, as you saw. And you can easily die. Never fun. You would think, oh, maybe you can just jump straight from here to there. No, you can't. But now we can easily go grab the Chalice, come get this final helmet, and be on our merry little way. So just jump back. And there's a very specific path you do have to follow back. Kind of annoying, but it's not too terribly tough to do it. So now you're just like, okay, we've done everything in the area. Where's the exit? So if you come over here, follow this path, of course. Grab this energy vial while we're over here, just because. And you'll see off to our left there is a person we need to talk to. He'll ask us to bring him the 8 helmets, and then we can then be on our way. Pretty simple, you know, straightforward stuff. I do believe that this is the one where we get the Enchanted sword, which is really nice. If I'm correct, it should be the one. Okay, it is. Sweet. So coming up here, we will now get the best weapon in the game, the Enchanted sword. Or the magic sword, which is an enchanted sword that's always enchanted. This will pretty much be your main weapon, and then I recommend having the axe as your secondary, just because. At least it's best to me. So that's one level down in part 3 here. Like I said in part 2, there's some stuff that caused some problems with the recording. Do hope you understand, and now we can move on. Alright, so moving on from the pools of the ancient dead, we're going to move on to the lake. This area is also kind of straightforward, as it's not really too terribly tough, as I'll explain as we're going through it. Note that in these, there's a few levels where there's just no trophies that you're getting, but you're still making progress on everything, you know. Getting the chalices, stuff like that, really helps. But the lake has a bunch of stuff that fall and die. If you do it right, you'll never do that. You'll take damage from enemies, of course, but that's okay. So starting off here, you have this dock that you can move the bridge on, but you don't have to. As you're going through, there'll be these enemies on the wall that you can kind of deal with. A little bit annoying, but if you come over here into the middle and grab the earth rune, you can then make our way back through. Kind of. Grab this gold right here, head into the building, jump on through. If you want to save that energy vial for later, by all means go ahead. Now if you come over here to the boat, we can grab our next rune, which is the chaos rune. And then from here, we have to, getting a little lost here. We have to go back, of course, and then change the course of the bridge off to the right. Sorry. I don't know why I was getting sidetracked. But if you come right here, you'll see you can press triangle, and this will rotate the bridge. Simply just do it twice, and then we'll be on our way. You can pretty much run through this area. There is this new enemy that you'll have to fight. You can only damage him whenever he's standing up normally. He takes roughly 4 hits or so to defeat, so just be careful of that. Now come on here over to the right, come up here. You can skip the cutscene and then immediately jump over here to grab the time rune. And then we can now make our way over to the next spot. Now it's best to skip these cutscenes as they can cause enemies to spawn and damage you while you're in the cutscene itself, which is a little bit annoying, at least to me. Now, one thing I almost forgot to mention while you're doing this too is at any point in time you're going through and you have a sword, just charge up the spin attack and that'll do really good damage. Now that we've inputted all three of the runes, we can now go into the center of the lake, but we're not going to do that just yet, as we've got some enemies to deal with. But coming over here, we're going to actually heal up real quick, just because. Now, you're wondering, okay, so what do we do and why are we doing it? And just pick that with the lake. Trust me, it's all explained. Now, once you've inputted all three of the runes, simply just jump in, slide on down, and boom, look at that. We're inside the lake. Of course, now they give us some energy vials. But as you're going through, you pretty much just speedrun this part. Here you see the Chalice. Got an enemy right there. Enemy right here. And over here. So now you come over the bridge. And there'll be some more enemies to deal with. Now here is roughly around the area where you should be getting the clear for the Chalice, and just remember you have to just go back. If not, there'll be more enemies for us to fight, so don't worry. But coming over here off to the right, you'll see that there's this lever that you can pull. Make your life a little bit easier. With these super fixed camera angles. So you can come in here and get some extra gold while you're at it. Sadly, we did not meet the enemy requirements, but luckily there's some right here for us. And boom, look at that. Now we can get the Chalice, so we can head back. Grab that real quick. Come on. And boom, now we can leave this pretty straightforward short mission. You wouldn't really think so, but most of these missions are pretty short once you know how to go through them. Like I said, since you'll be revisiting most of these, it's nice to learn it now. That way you can just speedrun through it as fast as you can later. So just rotate the bridge twice to get it back to how it was at the start. And now we can officially be done with this. So come back through. Grab our energy vial that we left on purpose. And right here, input the star rune, and we can now leave the level. And enter the Hall of Heroes again for the second time in the matter of what feels like a matter of like a few minutes. Like I said, pretty straightforward. We only have 6 more levels to go. Really doesn't seem like it though, huh? Now we should be getting the magic bow now, if I'm correct. Yep. But now that we can do that, we can just be out of here. The next mission actually has 2 specific trophies that we will deal with, and I'll explain as soon as we get into that. Lovely stuff. Alright, so moving on to the Crystal Cave. This one actually has the easiest chalice in the game, as it's at the very start of the level. This level actually isn't too hard. The new enemies it does introduce are a little bit annoying as they're a little tanky even with the magic sword. So starting off here, you've got some shadow demons that we need to take care of. Use your throwing axe and it shouldn't take too long to get rid of them for some quick chalice progress. Now what I said by the chalice being the easiest as is right there. So coming into here, we've got these breakable crystals with enemies. Now the layout is from here you can go left or go right. To the left is the exit, and to the right over here is the main stuff. Got an imp that stole our sword. So annoying. So if you didn't have that trophy, well now you do. So coming off here to the right and then to the left immediately into this room, we have our earth rune that we need to grab. Casually make your way around and you'll be okay. Just take it slow and you won't take any damage from the crystal. And then head on forward here. You can break the crystal and get the enemies that are inside. Sadly I couldn't avoid that chest, but that's okay. So come up here and swing around over here and we'll meet the new enemy, which is super annoying to fight. As you'll see, they take a little bit of damage before they are done. But come over here, grab some gold, swing up, and meet this enemy who cannot kill us for some reason. Can't even get to us. Heal up for now. Now actually what you want to do now is switch your primary weapon to the hammer. And I'll explain why once we have to deal with that. But for now, just stick with the sword. Just charge it up if need be. As, like I said, most of these enemies are pretty tanky. But we inputted our earth rune. Now in here you'll see that little waterfall. Switch to the hammer and then walk in. As you'll see, there's a bunch of stuff here to do. So what I'm going to show you how to do is this is where a optional boss fight is if you don't have the items for it. But what it is it's the dragon boss fight. So the secret trophy that you can get at any point in time, you don't have to do this during the boss fight, it can be done before or after, is simply smash your hammer down and quickly run up to here and get hit by that shard, and that'll get you a trophy. Now, what this boss fight specifically is damaging the dragon using the dragon gems, like so. Just make sure that you don't get set on fire. Note, try and remember while watching this where the gems are going to fall. Red to blue, blue to green, green to darker blue, and then darker blue to red. It's pretty simple once you learn it, of course, but once you get towards the later end of the fight, he will actually change his strategy and go to newer areas, like so. He'll change it up, you know. So just be careful. And this should be an easy fight. It definitely took me a bit to learn it, as I don't know why it was just such a struggle for me to learn how to do this. There are going to be some times where you don't get to do it, and that's okay. Just don't get set on fire from him, as he does hurt quite a bit. As you'll see, like so. I don't know if that actually worked, but it did. Now, as the fight goes on, he will actually start breathing longer. And this should be the last hit. And once he's done, that'll be another trophy.
Really hurt. What did you have to go and do that for? Here, take this dragon potion and leave me alone. Drink it when you need it. It gives you armor that is impervious to heat. Plus it lets you breathe fire. Now go away.
Now we've got the next key item that we'll need for the game. It's going to be really good. The Dragon Potion is actually something that you need to have in order to progress at a certain point in the game. Otherwise, you're going to take a lot of fire damage, which is not fun. But moving on through, now that we have that, now that we also grab that the star rune, I believe, or the time rune from that area, we can now continue forward. Once we have enough for our chalice, this basically just loops back around to the front, so don't worry about that. Now that we can collect the chalice, we can drop down, and this will put us back here at the start. Now you come back forward, and you'll be back here at the start. Like I said, this is pretty easy chalice to grab, and pretty short level. Once you, like, for some reason the later levels in the game are a little bit shorter than normal in terms of just how fast you can actually go through them. As now that you don't have to fight the dragon, this level becomes just a speed run of grabbing the green rune, going and grabbing the yellow rune, and then just getting to here and leaving. Don't know why it's like that, but it is. You can skip past this dude and we can just dip out. Like I said, pretty easy stuff. And like I said before, since we're going to be going and replaying any levels, at any point in time you need to work on the trophy for defeating so many enemies with the spin attack. You can easily go and replay the first level. So there's that. Now we've got this will be the next trophy that we get for having all of the weapons in the game now. So everything after this is more or less just going to be gold and stuff like that. But switch back to the axe as the primary, and then we can now be on our way. But I think that's going to pretty much do it for part 3 of this Platinum Trophy Guide. Once again, I do hope these are helpful to you guys, or at least let you know when to work on stuff, or what you all should be working on as you're progressing through the game. Now, the next level is actually going to be something that's going to be a little bit annoying, but I'll explain it whenever we do it in part 4. So once again, I do hope these are helpful, and I'll see you all in the next one.